Navigating life's storms, cultivating spiritual resilience. In the tapestry of human experience, we find that resilience is not merely a trait of the physical realm, but a profoundly spiritual phenomenon. Spiritual resilience is the quiet power enabling us to weather the storms of life with grace and emerge not just unscathed but with deeper wisdom and compassion. Consider the nature of adversity. It is universal, impartial, and often unpredictable. You've faced it before, and so have I. There's a common thread that ties our experiences together, the search for strength when we feel most vulnerable. In those moments, the surface of life seems tumultuous, yet beneath lies a reservoir of potential growth. Imagine standing before an ancient tree, its roots deep within the earth, while its branches reach skyward. This tree has weathered countless storms, its roots growing stronger with each challenge. Our spiritual journey is much like this tree. The tempests we face can serve to deepen our roots, fortifying the soul. How then do we ensure our roots dig deep, finding nourishment even in the harshest conditions? Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons. It starts with acceptance. Acknowledge the storm. Denial only leads to a brittle spirit, easily shattered when the winds of change howl. Acceptance does not mean passivity. It means recognizing the reality of our circumstances. We must accept the rain as much as we yearn for the sun. Both are essential in the cycle of growth. Now, in this space of acceptance, let's turn our attention to the present moment. The present is a sanctuary, a point of power from where we can influence our journey. It is easy to become entangled in the past or anxious about the future. However, it is in the now where you can find the calm amidst the storm. The present moment is like the eye of a hurricane, a place of stillness within the turbulence surrounding it. As we anchor ourselves in the present, we naturally become witnesses to our own experiences. Witnessing is not a passive act. It is the conscious observation of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without being overwhelmed by them. This detachment is empowering. It allows us to say, "This is what I feel, but I am not these feelings." In doing so, we create space. In space, there is the choice, and in choice, there is freedom. The journey towards spiritual resilience also invites us to embrace change. Change is the only constant, and our resistance to it only causes suffering. Embracing change is not about liking or wanting it. It's about acknowledging its inevitability and adapting accordingly. When we flow with change rather than resist it, we become like water, soft yet powerful, yielding yet persistent. Let's also explore the role of faith, not necessarily in a religious context, but as a profound trust in the journey itself. Faith is the compass that guides us through uncertainty. It is the assurance in our hearts that, despite the opaque mists of the present, the path we walk is leading us somewhere meaningful. Faith whispers to us that the trials we endure are not in vain, that there is purpose in pain and lessons to be gleaned from loss. This trust is fortified by the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is the light that shines through the clouds, illuminating what is rather than what isn't. Even in the bleakest times, there are glimmers of beauty to be grateful for. It might be as simple as the warmth of a cup of tea or the comfort of a friend's presence. These small beacons of gratitude become lighthouses in our darkest nights. Furthermore, our resilience is woven through the tapestry of our relationships. We are not solitary creatures. We are intrinsically connected to one another. The strength we draw from these connections can be profound. It is important to give and receive support, to lean on each other when the going gets tough. The shared human experience is a wellspring of resilience. Can you recall a moment when someone's kindness was a balm to your weary soul? It's in these exchanges that we find the strength to continue. In cultivating spiritual resilience, we must also tend to the garden of our inner world. Mindfulness is the art of tending this garden. It is the practice of nurturing the seeds of peace and plucking out the weeds of turmoil. Through mindfulness, we cultivate a state of being that is calm, focused, and clear. This inner tranquility becomes our sanctuary, our fortress against the outer chaos. Now, consider the concept of impermanence. Everything around us is in a constant state of flux. By understanding and embracing impermanence, we learn to appreciate the preciousness of each fleeting moment. We come to understand that our pain is as temporary as our pleasure. This insight doesn't diminish our challenges, but it gives us the perspective needed to face them. In the journey of spiritual resilience, let's not overlook the power of self-compassion. It is the healing balm applied to the self-inflicted wounds of criticism and doubt. Self-compassion is recognizing that you are worthy of care and kindness, especially when you falter. It is treating yourself with the same empathy you would offer a dear friend. When we embrace our own humanity with all its flaws and fumbles, we open the door to real growth. To nurture self-compassion, we must become intimate with our vulnerabilities. It is in the soft, tender places within us that we often find our greatest strengths. It is okay to feel broken. It is from the cracks that light enters. Have you ever considered that your imperfections might be the very things that make you uniquely capable of understanding and connecting with others? The Tapestry of Resilience, weaving strength through spiritual connection. In the quiet moments of reflection, have you ever noticed the rhythm of your heartbeat, the silent yet resilient drum that plays the symphony of life within you? This rhythm is our beginning point as we explore the path to spiritual resilience in tough times. Our heartbeat is a testament to our inherent strength, to our ability to endure and persist, even when the storms of life rage around us. Resilience, at its core, is about rebounding from adversity, bending without breaking, and emerging stronger. Spiritual resilience, however, goes a step further. It's not just about recovery, but transformation. It's a journey that involves expanding our inner capacity to navigate life's challenges with a sense of peace, purpose, and profound strength. Let us start by recognizing that tough times are as much a part of life as the changing seasons. They arrive, sometimes unannounced, leaving us to grapple with their impact. Yet it is in these times that we have the opportunity to forge our spiritual mettle. We do so not by shunning the darkness, but by lighting a candle within it, finding illumination from within our own being. Consider the nature of water. It is soft, yielding, and yet, over time, it can shape the hardest of rocks. Our spirit shares this quality of fluidity, and like water, we too can find our way around obstacles, wear down the sharp edges of our trials, and flow with a grace that belies our strength. The secret here lies in our adaptability, the willingness to embrace change and use it as the raw material for our spiritual growth. Now, imagine for a moment a tree standing tall and firm. When the wind blows fiercely, the tree does not stand rigid against the force. Instead, it sways, its branches dancing with the wind. Similarly, we must learn the art of flexibility. When we meet resistance with a flexible spirit, we open ourselves to new perspectives, to learning, and to the understanding that sometimes it is by yielding that we truly overcome. As we consider our own spiritual path, Let us not forget the power of connections. Our relationships with others serve as bridges, offering support and strength when we feel isolated in our struggles. Reach out, for in connection we find a reflection of our own resilience. In the shared stories of hardship and triumph, we are reminded that we are not alone on this journey. The wisdom and support of friends, family, and even strangers can become beacons of hope in our darkest hours. Moreover, the connection to something greater than ourselves, be it nature, the divine, or the universe, can anchor us. It is as if we draw from an infinite well of strength that replenishes our spirit even as we face the tides of adversity. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply a walk in the woods, nurturing this connection can bring an enduring sense of calm and fortitude. Let us now turn inward, for within each of us lies an inner sanctuary, a place of peace and serenity that the external chaos cannot touch. It is here, in the stillness, that we can listen to the whispers of our own wisdom. This inner knowing is a compass that guides us through the fog of uncertainty. How often do we give ourselves the permission to retreat into this sanctuary, to recharge and realign with our core values? In this inner space, we also find forgiveness, a force so potent it can free us from the chains of bitterness and resentment. To forgive is not to say that what happened was acceptable, but rather to acknowledge that we are choosing to liberate ourselves from the weight of the past. It is an act of reclaiming our power. Have you ever experienced the transformative energy of forgiveness, both of self and others? Let's also talk about the role of gratitude in building spiritual resilience. Gratitude is like the sun breaking through the clouds. It has the power to cast light on the good that still exists even in the bleakest of times. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, from despair to appreciation. This shift is not trivial. It is a profound alchemy that can change the very nature of our experiences. In the practice of gratitude, we find that even the smallest of joys can become a source of strength. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the smile of a child, the comfort of a familiar melody, all these are threads in the fabric of our resilience. By recognizing and cherishing these moments, we weave a tapestry of positivity that can hold us during the times we feel undone. Now let us consider the role of courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. It is the quiet voice that says, "We will try again tomorrow." Building spiritual resilience requires us to summon courage daily, to face our shadows, to speak our truth, to stand up for what is right, even when we stand alone. This courage becomes the bedrock upon which we construct our spiritual resilience. It is the courage to be vulnerable, to open our hearts even when they have been bruised, to trust in the possibility of healing and renewal. But where does this courage come from? It springs from the very essence of our being, from the understanding that we are more than our circumstances, more than our fleeting thoughts and emotions. We are part of the intricate tapestry of life, woven with threads of infinite potential. When we tap into this realization, we unlock a reservoir of courage that knows no bounds. The cultivation of presence is another vital element on this path. To be present is to fully immerse ourselves in the moment, to experience life as it unfolds, rather than being caught up in the ruminations of the past or the projections of the future. Presence allows us to witness the ebb and flow of our experiences without becoming ensnared by them. It is in the here and now that we find the clarity and focus to respond to life's challenges with discernment. How then do we cultivate such a presence? It begins with the breath, the gentle tide that flows in and out, the rhythm that anchors us to the present. By simply bringing our attention to our breath, we can quiet the mind and return to the present moment. This practice may seem simple, yet its effects are profound. It is a sanctuary of calm available to us at any moment. The journey of spiritual resilience is also marked by the practice of self-compassion. In tough times, we are often our own harshest critics. Yet, what we require most is the kindness that we would readily extend to a dear friend. Self-compassion is the balm that soothes the soul, the gentle reminder that we are doing the best we can with what we know and have. It is the recognition that our imperfections are not failings but facets of our shared humanity. Let's reflect on the power of acceptance. Acceptance does not mean resignation or giving up. It means acknowledging reality as it is. From this place of acceptance, we can make choices and take action that are in harmony with our true selves. It is the soil from which the flowers of change can bloom. When we resist what is, we deplete our energy fighting the inevitable. But when we accept, we conserve our energy for what we can influence. In the fabric of spiritual resilience, we also find the thread of purpose. Purpose is the compass that gives direction to our actions, the driving force that motivates us to rise each day. It need not be a grandiose mission. Our purpose can be found in the simple acts of kindness, in the pursuit of knowledge, in the creation of beauty, or in the nurturing of others. When we align with our purpose, we find a sense of resolve and determination that fuels our resilience. As we close this first segment of our exploration, I invite you to consider how these elements, adaptability, connection, inner sanctuary, forgiveness, gratitude, courage, presence, self-compassion, acceptance, and purpose are being woven into the tapestry of your own spiritual resilience. Each one of us is on a unique path, yet we share the common goal of emerging from life's trials with a spirit that is not battered, but brightened, not diminished, but deepened. Please take a moment to reflect on how these concepts resonate with your current experience. What threads are you weaving into your own tapestry, and where might you need to strengthen the weave? With these reflections in mind, let us move forward to the next part of our journey. The Crucible of Transformation, harnessing inner alchemy to transcend challenges. In our ongoing exploration of spiritual resilience, we encounter the concept of transformation. Transformation is the alchemy that turns the leaden weight of our struggles into the gold of deeper understanding and enlightenment. It's about seeing beyond the immediate tumult of our circumstances to the profound growth that awaits us. We often view challenges as obstructions on our path. But what if we saw them as gateways instead? What if every difficulty we encountered was an invitation to deepen our connection with the essence of who we are? In this light, challenges become the crucible within which our spiritual resilience is not only tested, but also tempered and honed. Now, let us explore the idea of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of maintaining a non-judgmental state of heightened awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, or experiences on a moment-to-moment basis. It is through mindfulness that we become observers of our inner landscape without being swept away by its changing weather patterns. By observing our thoughts and emotions with detachment, we gain the ability to respond to life with intention rather than react out of habit. Imagine your thoughts and emotions as leaves floating down a river. You are sitting on the bank, watching them pass by. Some leaves catch your attention more than others, but you do not reach out to grab them. You simply notice and let them drift on. This is the essence of mindfulness, the practice of observing without attachment. Furthermore, let us consider the transformative power of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It is a cornerstone of our interconnectedness and a source of our resilience. When we empathize with others, we not only offer them solace, but also fortify our own heart against the desensitizing effects of adversity. Have you ever noticed how sharing in someone else's pain or joy can make your own burdens feel lighter? This is because empathy connects us to the universal human experience. It reminds us that our personal story is but one chapter in the grand narrative of humanity. In this way, empathy can be a profound source of strength as it lifts us out of isolation and into the shared embrace of collective experience. Let's delve into the practice of patience. Patience is often overlooked, yet it is a powerful ally on the path to spiritual resilience. It is the quiet strength that enables us to endure the passage of time with grace, to trust in the slow unfurling of life's potential. Patience reminds us that not all questions are answered at once, and that sometimes the wisdom we seek comes only with the passage of time. In the realm of patience, we also find the value of persistence. Persistence is the steady effort we apply toward our goals and dreams, even when progress seems slow or invisible. It's the understanding that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that each step, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. Now let us examine the concept of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, the structured approach to our spiritual practices that fosters growth and resilience. It is through discipline that we maintain our course, even when the allure of distraction beckons us. Discipline is not about rigidity. It is about commitment to our chosen path, a testament to our dedication to personal and spiritual development. In the dance of life, we are constantly moving to the rhythm of change. Change is a constant, the one certainty we can count on. Embracing change requires us to let go of our preconceived notions and to remain open to new possibilities. It asks us to release our grip on the past and the future and to trust in the unfolding present. The power of adaptability comes into play when we talk about change. Adaptability is the skill of being able to adjust to new conditions. It is the agility of the mind and spirit that enables us to navigate life's ever-shifting landscapes with grace. When we are adaptable, we are not at the mercy of our circumstances. Instead, we become the architects of our responses. Alongside adaptability, we discover the importance of balance. Balance is the equilibrium that comes from aligning our inner world with our outer actions. It's the state of harmony that arises when we give attention to all aspects of our lives: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Balance ensures that we do not become consumed by any one area to the detriment of others. In the search for balance, we often encounter the need for boundaries. Boundaries are the lines we draw that protect our energy and well-being. They are an expression of self-respect and a declaration of our values. When we set healthy boundaries, we communicate to others and to ourselves what is acceptable and what is not. This clarity allows us to interact with the world without losing ourselves in it. Let us also reflect on the significance of humility. Humility is the understanding that we are but a small part of a much larger whole. It is the recognition that while we may carry unique gifts and perspectives, there is much we can learn from others and from the world around us. Humility keeps us grounded and open to new insights, ensuring that we do not become blinded by ego or arrogance. In the embrace of humility, we also find gratitude. Gratitude is the heartfelt appreciation for the blessings in our lives, both big and small. It is a powerful practice that shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, nurturing a sense of abundance and contentment. When we cultivate gratitude, we create a space for positivity to flourish, even amidst adversity. And finally, let us consider the role of love in our spiritual resilience. Love is the most potent force in the universe. It heals, it connects, it uplifts. To love is to see the divine within ourselves and others. It is through acts of love that we affirm the value of life and contribute to the well-being of all. Each of these elements, mindfulness, empathy, patience, persistence, discipline, change, adaptability, balance, boundaries, humility, gratitude, and love, interweave to form a tapestry of spiritual resilience. Together, they provide a framework for navigating life's complexities with grace and strength. As we continue on our journey, let us integrate these practices into our daily lives, transforming the lead of our challenges into the gold of wisdom and compassion. In doing so, we become alchemists of the spirit, transmuting the raw materials of experience into the precious metal of enlightenment. In conclusion, the crucible of transformation is not outside us, but within. It is the inner work we undertake in the face of life's trials and tribulations. By harnessing the power of these transformative practices, we shape our destiny, emerging from the flames not weakened but fortified, ready to meet whatever the future holds with resilience and an open heart.